Hello everybody and welcome to Bull Technology. It's no secret that I absolutely hate The Sims 4 and EA, but it's also no secret that in the life sim space, the Sims games have had little competition. Well, over the past few years, things have looked different, or at least we all thought. Several competitors emerged swinging at EA. Even EA themselves appeared to be working on a brand new Sims game. But the past 6 months have seen much of this dry up, with the announcement from EA that The Sims 5 is not happening, and the announcement from Paradox that Life by You is also being cancelled. So today we will examine what the future of the life sim genre will be. Let's get started. Now, it's been over a year and a half since my first critical video on The Sims, and what really struck me after posting this video is two things. First, it's clear given the nearly 4,000 comments on that video that people aren't happy with The Sims 4. Second, it's also clear that people want something new. Dozens of comments praise the up-and-coming competitors to The Sims, and many comments even long for a Sims 5 by EA. So let's examine the current state of things. The life sim genre was more or less invented by the Sims franchise, which was initially developed by Will Wright, the genius behind SimCity. EA would publish The Sims under the Maxis brand, and The Sims has had 4 main iterations with many spin-offs. The Sims 1 launched in 2000, The Sims 2 was launched in 2004, The Sims 3 launched in 2009, and The Sims 4 was launched in 2014. All of the games added features and improved with the original Sims started, all with the exception of The Sims 4, which had many missing features, overpriced and ridiculous DLC, and a host of bugs and glitches. Not only is The Sims 4 a lackluster game that is missing many features and plagued with DLC milking, but the game is now almost 11 years old, with EA still continuing to sell DLC for the game. Disgusting. Over The Sims' tenure, not many games have really competed with its success, but with EA's egregious business practices, some competitors did in fact emerge. I covered these two in my previous video, but Life by You and Paralives were 2 potential new entries into this genre. And several new games have emerged or gained steam since I published that first video. And of course, EA has even responded with their own Project Renee, which many had thought might be a possible Sims 5 game. So let's look at this in more detail. Life by You was perhaps the most hopeful game in this segment, and it really looked like it could rival The Sims. It was backed by a large game development studio, so resources wouldn't be a problem, and it had amazing features and a focus on gameplay. Even a former Sims developer was working on creating Life by You. On a personal note, I was super excited for this game, and this is why I covered it favorably in my previous video. Well, sadly, in June of this year, Paradox made the announcement that Life by You was officially cancelled after being delayed twice. The devs essentially stated that the game was just taking too long and the path forward was uncertain. Just sad. So unfortunately, Life by You won't be a bright spot in the life sim space. Now let's talk about another competitor that has actually been chugging along in the development, and that is of course Paralives. Paralives is being developed by a small indie team and has slowly been making progress toward a finished product. Since my last video, a lot of progress has in fact been made, and the game is looking better with every update from the devs, but I can't help but be a bit skeptical. I certainly hope Paralives sees the light of day, but for now I'm going to mark this as I'll believe it when I can play it. It has, after all, been in development for quite a long time. Again, I'm not casting shade, I've just been burned far too many times by indie games. Alright, now I want to mention a new hopeful that is looking to break into the life sim genre, and that is Enoy, which is being developed by the Korean dev studio Krafton. Enoy actually has, for now at least, a hard release date of March 28th, 2025. Yeah, we'll see if they can meet that deadline, and with the features they're promising, but the game looks pretty darn good so far. It's much more complex than the Sims games, and it'll be even releasing on the current gen consoles. Excellent. Now, again, this is going to be another I'll believe it when I can play it sort of thing, but if they can deliver, I'm sure this game will certainly make waves. And of course, we should mention what my foes on the other coast are up to, since they are, of course, the origins of this game. I'm referring to EA, of course. Now, for the past few years, many Sims fans have been clamoring for a new Sims game, and EA teased them by showing off what appeared to be gameplay footage of a Sims-adjacent game in development. This project was initially dubbed by EA as Project Renee, and well, most people thought this was going to be The Sims 5. Sadly to many, this was not true, and EA has confirmed that this will be something else. Essentially, an online Sims-like game. Because SimCity 2013 went oh so well. But I digress. Further, EA confirmed that development of The Sims 4 will continue via more paid DLC and selling user-created content. So, in other words, screw you, no Sims 5, because we aren't done milking our cash cow, i.e. The Sims 4. Nasty. Also, EA confirmed that a Sims movie was in the works. I don't even know what to say at this point. So here we are again, with the future of this genre looking uncertain. EA is being EA with The Sims, that is to say they are less than a joke at this point. Life by You has been cancelled, so no game there. Paralives is making progress, but it's slow and there isn't a hard release date yet. And then of course there's the new kid on the block, Enoy, which, yeah, let's hope for the best. So I really don't know what the future of this genre is. I'd love to see Enoy and Paralives be successful, but only time will tell. It's conceivable that what happened to Life by You will happen to Enoy, and that Paralives gets stuck in the infinite development stage, but I really hope not. And who knows, maybe EA will surprise us by being better. Oh, who am I kidding? That's never going to happen. What I do know, though, is I am done with The Sims 4. I've been done, and I've just had it. So I know that I certainly could use something new in this space. And judging by the community, I'd say I'm certainly not alone. Be sure to leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe. And thank you all for watching.